So my name is Castlebury, and I received the Heartland Creative Core grant for a project called Pareidolia. Pareidolia is the psychological term for a common human experience, which is when your brain receives random information, wood grain, the patterns in gravel, grass, whatever, clouds, your mind sees familiar images within the random information. And so my project uses the concept of pareidolia, or I'm attempting to use that concept to create a mutual experience within the community, within the viewers or people who come and see the exhibitions, of the same kind of seemingly random information, and having a mutual experience of what do we each of us see in this information? What does each person's mind do with this information? The heading that I'm working under on the grant is social justice and community engagement. And I, as a person of numerous marginalized communities, being neurodiverse, being LGBT, QT, I never remember the order, even though I'm queer. Just to share how I view the world, how I process the world through art and my experiences through art, and kind of randomize that information so that people can look at it and see what they see and try to find connections with each other through the sharing of that experience. The original mediums that I was going to be working in for this exhibition were primarily painting and drawing, and maybe some mixed media pieces, which is kind of my primary two-dimensional range. And then I rediscovered photography, and photography kind of ate the exhibition. So the exhibition is going to be comprised primarily of enlarged Polaroid photograph with a few paintings sprinkled in as well. And there is one series that is comprised of 72 photographs that are portrait photographs. And those portrait photographs, I really wanted to highlight the aspect of the individual person in each photograph. So they are all taken in the same location, at the same time of day, in the exact same spot, with approximately the same framing, the same lighting, the same exposure speed. Everything is the same except for the individual. And so we get this really wide range of how individuals react in the exact same scenario, or as close as to the same as I could get it. And that's the bulk of the exhibition, because it is 6 dozen photographs, and they are enlarged Polaroids, so you get a little bit more impact. All of the individuals in the 72 photograph series are doing the exact same thing. I put them, stage them standing in the same spot. I actually didn't give any instructions of whether to stand or sit or face the camera or not face the camera. I just gave them one instruction, and I counted to 3 and took the picture and got that distracted reaction in that moment for every single piece. So it's everyone's reaction to the exact same stimulus, but just in their own way, which I think also echoes the precept of pareidolia that I'm bringing into this, is just everyone has their own reaction. Some people see things similarly, some people react differently, and some people it was interesting to me that most of the people in that series actually opted to just stand straight and look directly at the camera. And there are a few people who would say, oh, may I, look one direction or the other? And I said, it's all I ask is that you stand on that spot, and on 3, I'm going to take the picture. I just need you in the same location so that my focus is the same. They're the same distance from the camera every time. Just their reaction is different. So it was interesting that most people just took it like almost like a passport photo or something. And I don't know if it was the nature of the camera I used. I used a Polaroid 600, just little business model oxy plastic camera for that particular series. And I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, people just looked at the camera and smiled. But I did give them a distraction on the count of 3 when I took the photograph, and it's that moment of distraction that you're witnessing in this series. Painting is very new to me. I've only been painting. I started teaching myself to paint about a month before hearing about the grant, and so I've only been painting a little over a year. That painting right there on top is my second painting ever. So everything will be exhibited. There are 2 free to the public exhibitions. One is in Columbia at Daycon Fine Art, which is right next to the Water Wheel Saloon. That runs from May 10th through May 26th, through Memorial Day weekend. And the opening reception is May 10th, which is a Friday, at 6 p.m. And then the live music next door will begin at 7